think about Pacquiao and AB?
I think it's a good fight, man.
Right.
You know, it's a nice little fight. It's two big names. I think it'll market itself well. I think people will be excited.
Right. Who do you think wins?
Man, I think AB has to learn to punch his way into range. If AB's not punching his way into range, if he's just trying to walk forward into range, I don't think he wins that fight.
Right.
But I know I think that's always been the biggest problem with AB is he looks to find his range and then punch. And I think if he doesn't find his way into that range, Pacquiao likes to throw those long shots, So I think he'll prevent you from finding your range the way you should and want to if you don't adjust that. Having said that, Pacquiao's a little older. AB is still pretty fresh. You throw that into the mix. Maybe he can't close the range. You can you put some light up combinations in there. Inside. It's either way. I think it's a fight
it's a good fight though.
Right.
Oh, Paulie, Terence Crawford just looked very, very sharp last week.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's one of the best fighters today.
Oh, absolutely. So, there's a buzz talking about, whether or not he should fight Errol Spence next. Is that possible to happen, let's say, in between, January, or is that even fathomable to happen next?
I don't think so. I think him re-signing with Top Rank, he's a good promoter, by the way, Top Rank, but him re-signing with them makes it much more difficult to fight guys on the other side. I don't think that fight's as easy to make as could have been. But everybody takes care of their own. I think Top Rank's done a good job with Crawford. I think they'll continue to do a good job with Crawford. But maybe part of doing a good job is maybe not letting fight Errol Spence, So I don't think that it's an easy fight to make now that they're solidified that they're on both opposite sides of the spectrum, promotion based, network based. And that's not a disrespect to Crawford. He's a good fighter. I just think the natural welterweight has the advantage in the fight.
Well, speaking of the Michael Garcia deal, obviously isn't happening. So if you're Errol Spence, who do you fight next? Where you aiming next? And what about Keith Thurman when he inevitably does come back?
Yeah, well, I think Keith, when he does come back and takes him a win or two, see how he looks, that fight can build a lot. I think the Sean Porter fight that they made for Errol Spence, I think both guys want to fight. I think it's a fight people would like to see. Sean's really never had a bad fight. I mean, there's Errol. Unless it ends early, then people complaining. But I don't think that fight would end early. I think it'd be a good fight, and both guys will bring their best. So, if you're looking for an opponent to me, I think that's probably the one that makes the most sense. I don't think it's that difficult to make.
I do have one last question, and I'm glad I'm asking you. I've asked this to Bernard Hopkins. I've been asking to Evander Holyfield. It's mainly my arguments I have with casual fans, when they watch fights like Pacquiao Mayweather, the first one, how they say he ran and how we defended by saying it's the science of boxing. So can you kind of differentiate the difference between running and then being on a bicycle and what is actually the sweet science of boxing?
Well, the sweet science of boxing is punching as you're moving, making guys pay off that movement, counter punching and mixing your leads with your counter punches. As you know how to change the range, moving around is changing range. Changing range creates a different fight every time because you're not changing distance. You have to cause a new adjustment to that distance. So the ring is only 20 feet, maybe, so 20 by 20. So we're not doing 100-meter sprints here. You only have so much room you can go to. If you don't know how to fight off that movement, you're gonna get beat. So when people criticize about guys that move around too much, they're not going anywhere. They're in the ring fighting. And if they do win that way, it means they punched enough and they've set enough traps to win the fight. If they don't do that, then they're just running and they get beat. I think when you have a guy who knows how to control the range and change the range on you very well, I think it's a very good skill. I think that separates modern fighters from the old-time fighters. Everybody likes to make these old-time fighters are something great, and you know what? They're good for their time. They probably fought at one range, and they were very good at that one range. They had a lot of different tricks that maybe modern fighters don't have. Modern fighters have excelled in understanding the changes of range and understanding how to fight at those different ranges and how to change the fight at that different range. And so there's different levels to it now, you know. And so that's why minor fighters to me are always better than guys who fought in the 20s and 30s, unlike what everybody else says, you know. But you have to have actually fought to understand that, you know, because it's too deep for a regular person watching a fight to understand that, you know. Having, you know, all in all, that's my explanation to you know, the whole running or moving argument. You know, if you are making a guy pay, if you're setting traps off that movement, I mean, you're still fighting off that movement. And in the end, if you were just running, you wouldn't be able to hold the guy off of you enough. You know, and so if you can't hold the guy off of you enough, he's going to get to you because, you know, the ring is square. Also, tell the other guy to cut the ring off, bro. You know what I mean? There's ways of closing the gap if that's what's really the problem.
Right.
You learn to cut the ring off, and then you're forcing the fight a little more than maybe he wants to. You know, it's an answer and a response to everything, bro. The boxing is like that. It's like numbers. There's always a counter move to every move you make. So that's my explanation.